You need something like really that annoys people or like a big insecurity that you're solving. So like when they see the product, they're like, oh, this is a solution I've been looking for my entire life. Like that's the feeling they need to feel. If you're running ads, they're seeing your ads and then you only have an online store. It's awesome. Like it's cool. They're probably going to most likely go to your online store. But if you have more distribution, if you have an online store, an Amazon, a Walmart, maybe you have your shop on Sezzle, maybe you have your shop on Instagram shop, Facebook shop, you have more distribution, more places where they can shop. That ad converts better. Instead of scaling the paid media side, we would scale the distribution side first and then scale the paid media. The problem still needs a solution, right? Like if people have, if people don't have hair, right? Like I'll give that example. They still need the solution to grow hair, or they still need the solution to recover their hair. So it's like the products for that niche or for that problem don't die, they just evolve. So like what we were selling in 2017 might be different than what we're selling in 2024, but it's ultimately still the same solution. It's still like you're still solving the same problem.
Damn, that's powerful, bro. Because then, yeah, like you said, the problem is it's probably even only growing actually for the majority of these things, right? Because more people are hopping online, more people are becoming aware that maybe they have this problem, or and then if you provide a solution, I mean, it's really that simple to if you really think about it. But people are so stuck, like you said, in this like trending product mindset. Like they just focus on the trendiness of the product as opposed to like what is it actually solving. That's
Hmm.
powerful. So let me
Yeah.
ask you this now, because I know that you probably see like so many different brands and people that are trying to succeed, and people who have achieved success. So I'm curious, in your eyes, what's a common trait that you see amongst these successful brand owners specifically?
Okay, so the first one is that they went all in to the product and to the customer, right? So something that I've noticed between the brands we study is that they know how to talk to their customer the best. And if they're the premium product or like the best product that solves the problem, they know everything to the customers. They know their hobbies. They know what they do on Thursday nights, what they do on Friday nights. They knew what activities they like to do. And they obviously know the lingo and the copy on how to speak to them. So I think the biggest thing is like definitely they know more about the customer than they know about themselves. Like that would be the first thing, right? So we took that upon ourselves as well to implement that inside the brand. And then I guess the second thing is that they're solving like a big problem. I feel like sometimes I'll say like problem solving products, but people are trying to like sell like nail clippers or just like a very small problem that doesn't like people aren't like devastated with the problem, right? You need something like really that annoys people or like a big insecurity that you're solving. So like when they see the product, they're like, oh, this is a solution I've been looking for my entire life. Like that's the feeling they need to feel, right?
Right.
Yeah, those are probably the two biggest ones.
That's huge. I mean, I think you're right. Like, people don't spend a lot of time thinking about who the customer is. And I think from the people I've met too, like, even some of the richest people, like billionaires, for example, like, they understand exactly who their customer is, their target demographic is, like, down to the age, like, everything, interest, everything. So that would be valuable for people to focus more on. So, in your view, then, um, do you need to build a community with your store, or do you just need to refresh your ads, or what's like the key to longevity in your view? Because you guys have scaled to like pretty insane numbers consistently. So what do you think is one of those keys for longevity?
Yeah, like I would go back to my first point because if you know your customer, then you know exactly the problem that you're solving. And you can also now make additional products to solve similar problems, right? So, like going back to the hair loss, if someone has hair loss, they're also might just be into facial creams and they might be into other things. So, you can expand your product line and sell to that same customer different products similar to like in a fashion way where like if someone purchased one piece of clothing they kind of want all the pieces of clothing. same thing with problem solving products. It's like if you solve that solution really well, they're like, what else do I need? And then that's where you give them more stuff, right? So we solved that initial problem, and then we noticed, hey, they also want this, and they also want this on the side, and they're buying it from a competitor down the street, and we're like, why don't we just offer it? And we started offering these products. We started expanding the product line, and that helped a lot for returning customer rates, and also just for selling more products. So
Mm,
that for the longevity as well.
yeah, that's key. Like the average order value for the first time customer, but then like the lifetime customer value, just selling them more and more stuff. That's where the real profits get made. So I'm curious
Mhm.
now, what is your favorite channel for growth?
For growth, I would say all of them, you know, but I would say I feel like now I definitely have a different mindset on growth.
Mm,
I would say distribution over paid media any day, because like it just like it's a bigger lever to pull, right? So like, and by what I mean by distribution is like having different channels. So like if you're running ads and they're seeing your ads and then you only have an online store, it's awesome. Like it's cool. They're probably going to most likely go to your online store. But if you have more distribution, if you have an online store, an Amazon, a Walmart, maybe you have your shop on Sezzle, maybe you have your shop on Instagram shop, Facebook shop, you have more distribution, more places where they can shop. That ad converts better because if they don't want to shop from Amazon, they'll go to the online store. But if they don't want to shop from online store, they're going to go somewhere else. So it's like it's just a bigger lever to pull, right? So instead of selling, I feel like instead of scaling the online or the paid media side, we would scale the distribution side first, and then scale the paid media alongside to that.
that's so interesting, man, because yeah, then you're kind of by doing that, you're making the paid media more effective before you actually scale it. And I think in dropshipping, bro, like a lot of people view Amazon like completely different than what you just said. Like they're like scared of Amazon. They don't even want to say the name. It's like Voldemort in like Harry Potter. But in reality, like you probably should just use it, bro. You should just use Amazon as a sales channel.